Okay, folks. Don't know if you can guys hear me, but we are blurry here. I don't know what's happening here, but there is a blur going on, and you guys know I don't like to do uh, bad quality stuff, but I don't like this blur. So give me a second. Let me deal with it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm looking clear here, but I'm not looking clear down there where I should be clear at. So I don't know what's happening, folks. Give me a moment. I'm gonna do what I can without having to reschedule this for another 20 minutes. So give me a second. Let's see what we got. Looking a little bit better. Hold on. It's looking a little better. It's looking a little better. Look like we're getting there. Hold on, folks. Okay, let's see how we looking. Is that better? Give me a comment. Let me know if that's better for you guys. Look like we're there. Look like we're about in business. One more second, and I'll be right back. I want to check it. Hold on. I think we got it. I think we got it. Let me check this lighting here. Okay, okay, okay. Awesome. Well, if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for starting in. I'm sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back on point. Shout out to my queen, Quintina Lee. Thank you for holding me down. I really appreciate you. And thank you for letting me know that it's better. We are on the move. We are on the move. I want to thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys for stopping in. We're gonna have a little conversation today, but before we do, got a couple of little announcements I want to get to you guys. One, the big project I told you we're working for. Well, there's a gigantic project and then there's a big project. But I'm speaking on the big project right now. The gigantic project I told you about has started to resurface due to other stuff that is beyond my control. Many of you know that I have a project to build smart cities and stuff like that overseas. That has started to resurface and start moving again due to how they operate over there a lot differently from what we do over here. So I'm not going to speak up on the gigantic project yet until I am ready to give you some more concrete details. But as of right now, that has started to move slowly again, which is a good thing. I've done my part in all the paperwork that was needed and everything like that. So we're still gathering some vendors for this big project, for the gigantic one. Okay. As far as the big project, we're very, very close to that. Don't know how long it's going to be now, but we're on the cusp of launching a big project right here in the Tampa Bay area. And I'm excited about it. A lot of people will be impacted by it. It's going to help people with all kind of stuff, man. I won't go into the details on it. Yeah, I almost said it, but it's going to affect a lot of people in communities, right? Also, you guys, many of you guys know, I'm, promoting some events that's going on around the area. A lot of poly events. There is sophisticated poly, and then there's poly conversations, and then there's a calypso style dinner cruise given by a group called Tampa Bay Poly Nation. Okay. Poly is not what most people think it is. They have no idea, no education on it. They think it's meaning you swing in and all this, you go having sex with all these different partners. That's uneducated thoughts. So there's an event called Poly Conversation that takes place every other Monday. It was like second and fourth Monday over at Burns Restaurant and Cigar Bar over in Tampa. Go and learn from it. Go and learn from the people who have been doing it, who are involved in it. Get educated on it before you place judgment or think it's one thing and then it's not. Okay. So but technically, I don't know how many people will feel about this, but here's a fun fact. If you study the origin of poly, it'll take you to African regions. The origins of it take you to Africa. You study the origin of swinging, that should take you to the European and the caves and stuff like that. No judgment for me. People live how they want to live. Do you, boo? Okay. With that being said, I want to share with you guys my drink for this evening. I always get my drink. This is a strawberry kiwi, like an organic strawberry kiwi I got from Aldi's. And it is good. It's good. You guys know I like to drink my Fiji waters as well, but I'm out of that. I got to pick up some more of that probably tomorrow or Friday. That lasts me through the week. I get these big bottles of Fiji water. And it's almost coming up for me to do my next cabbage soup diet as well. I keep myself fit. The cabbage soup diet helps to draw out all the toxins in your body. If you're going to lose weight with it, so be it. That's like a 3-day to a 7-day diet regimen. I wouldn't recommend you going past 7 days because you are going to be lacking the protein, but it's going to draw a lot of stuff out of you, toxins. It's going to help you lose the weight that you want to lose. And my lady is always joking about it when she put it all together, saying cabbage soup diet, because when I first heard about it through her, that's how she pronounced it, cabbage soup diet. And I kept asking, okay, what the hell is she saying? I'm like, are you saying cabbage soup diet? And she said, yeah. So we make a joke of it now because she assumed that I already knew what it was and she was saying it so fast. So that's why she put it in all the comments right there. And she put it all together as one word because that's an inside joke between between she and I, right? Um, so it's almost time for the cabbage soup diet, right? Now, let me give a shout out to all the fellas, all the men who may be watching. And guys, I'm wearing a full Windsor knot in my necktie to fill the gap in the type of shirt that I'm wearing, the type of collar of my shirt, right? I'm wearing a 3-point pocket square because I had to hurry up and get ready for you guys. So I was kind of like in a rush. I was kind of like in a rush, so I had to hurry up, right? I had to hurry up. Let me get this up there a little bit. I was in a rush, so a 3-point pocket square or a puff, a regular puff, fold for your pocket square. I can do those real fast. A lot of other pocket squares that I know, it takes a little time to fold them, shape them. And then I have a pocket square holder. See, you see this guy, you see this black thing? This is a pocket square holder. The purpose of this pocket square holder is so that your pocket square won't be falling down in your pocket. Okay. Now, if you have smaller pocket squares, the squares are smaller, not the big ones, you want to get a pocket square holder so they can always hold up your pocket square. All right. There are different size pocket squares out there. Now, why am I? Oh, of course, I got a cuff link with a like a ruby in it too. But let me just share with you guys, why am I talking to the men about the appearance? Because I believe this is just an opinion of mine. This is not a fact. This is no study or anything like that. But I believe that every man should know at least 3 different knots to tie in his necktie, at least 5 different folds for his pocket square, 5 different folds for his pocket square, okay? And at least one, Tink already put it up, at least one different knot to tie for his ascot. She already put it up, 3, 5, and 1. At least 3 different knots for your, I know are like eight different knots off rip that I can tie. But yeah, at least learn 3 knots for your tie, at least 5 folds for your pocket square, and at least learn how to do 1 fold for your ascot. Why am I saying 1 fold for your ascot? Because no matter how you tie your ascot, it's mostly going to look the same unless you wear it like a necktie, which you can do. Okay. Now there's the little diamond rings that I have that go up to go around the ascot to make it more, fancier. I got those, but I don't wear them like that much. One day I might wear it just to show it to you guys. But let me show you guys what an ascot looks like. It looks like a scarf, but it's not a scarf. Some people think a guy wearing a suit with a scarf. Here's an ascot. Okay, this happened to be one of my newer ones. I just got it a few weeks ago. I think I worn it on a podcast once, but I haven't worn it out. Okay, this is what an ascot looks like. Okay, it goes around your neck. It goes right here, around your neck, and you can fold it like a necktie, right? But after you finish folding it, it should be draping like this. It should look just like this at the end of the day. It should be hanging just like this. And when it's hanging like this, it's hanging not over your shirt, it's hanging in your shirt, on your skin. So your top 2 buttons on your shirt should be open where it's hanging like this. The puffiness, how it looks puffy, the shirt does that, not you. The shirt does that. And there's a knot that's going to be underneath there that you have tied. The knot is going to be underneath this fabric that's hanging on your pocket square, on your ascot. So the knot's going to make it puff up a little bit. And the collar and the shirt, the top 2 buttons, you can unloosen 1 button or 2. The top 2, it's going to make it fluffier. It's going to make it look fluffier. So that's why the scarves always look fluffy when you look at people who wear ascots. Okay, so I wear these all the time. Sometimes, and here's why do you wear an ascot? That's a good question. You wear them because you want to wear them. But my idea of wearing them is when I don't want to wear a necktie. Let's say if you're in the office, you're getting off from work, and you want to get out of your necktie, you want to go casual. If you guys see a lot of guys who walk around with their suits, but they don't have the necktie on, that's a good time to put an ascot on. So if you don't have your necktie on, you take it off, you want to loosen up, Take the ascot, put your ascot in there, and now you look even more spiffier, whether you're dressed up in a necktie or you just dressed down with your ascot. All right. Hope that makes sense to you guys. So I want to also give a shout out. Let me fold this back up. I also want to give a shout out to those who are watching on Twitch. Thank you guys on Twitch for watching. I want to thank those who are watching on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Those who are watching on LinkedIn, I really appreciate you for watching. I have 2 Facebook pages. One is my personal page, which a lot of you probably are watching. And then I have my business page also listed as J. Hunter Lee as well, that people are watching. People are watching my business page from everywhere. They're over different countries overseas, like Fiji, on down in the Caribbean, past the Caribbean. They way back down there. Got some people in Fiji, got people in Belize, Turks and Caicos, not Bahamas yet, but I understand there's some connections coming in from Bahamas pretty soon due to a project that I have coming up. Amsterdam, good to see. Canada, shout out to you guys. Guinea, Cameroon, Tanzania, Morocco, Sudan, Egypt, and Greece. Shout out to all of those folks. So Bangladesh is in the house. Bangladesh, good to see the folks from Bangladesh. Man, y'all don't know about Bangladesh. And also we got people in India, like Bangalore, India. There's people over in New Delhi, India as well. Shout out to all of those guys. And also give a shout out to my main man, Mo Gentry, up in DC, the best sound man in the business. You got a band, you got a performance, art, theater, whatever you got going on. You need a guy to operate your sound. That is him, Mo Gentry. Make sure you guys connect with my main man, Mo Gentry, man. Good to see you, Big Mo. Always a pleasure, man. Known that man for years, man. I'm in and out of bands. I played with these guys named Tidy and all them guys with Air Raid. I had my own band once. Mo Gentry, I've been around with Ultimate Groove. A lot of different bands I've been around, right? And Mo Gentry is a masterful sound guy. He's a technician. So give a shout out to my main man, Mo Gentry, man. Good to see you, Mo. So folks, shout out to 2 groups. One group I'm always podcasting in when I do my podcast, and that is the Tampa Bay Friends and Event Group. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for reporting a lot of spam that I miss that comes into the group. I really appreciate you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are in a safe space and you guys are enjoying the group. Shout out to you guys with the Tampa Bay Friends and Event Group. Appreciate you guys. We have over, I think we got about over 6,000 members in that group. That's a group that I started some years ago. It was only 4 people in that group when I started it. Back in like 2012, something like that. Now that group have over like 6,000. And what Facebook did with that group is took away the ability for me to approve new members. So everybody just see the group, they just click join and they automatically in. I don't know why the hell Facebook did that, but now because of that, I have to approve everything people post now because of that. And I'm pretty sure although 6,000 some people, I'm pretty sure more than half of them probably shouldn't even be in it. They probably come from different areas of different parts of the world, probably hackers, they're technical hackers and all kind of stuff. They post stuff and I try to catch all the spam, right? Even with my cybersecurity background and education and certifications, some of that stuff still gets past me. Okay, so it happens. All right. Also, the other group that I'm podcasting in this time, I don't podcast in this group a lot, but when I do podcast in this particular group, my content is strictly for that group. But this is one of 2 times where I'm actually podcasting in this group because of the topic. Okay, and that group is Tampa Bay Poly Nation. All right. Shout out to all of those people in the Tampa Bay Poly Nation. I really appreciate you guys. That is the best damn poly group in the state of Florida, in my opinion. Not because of how I run it, but because of the people that are in there. They are very, very beautiful souls in that group. Um, understand poly. They operate in within what poly is about. No no wild shit going on in there. What people might be thinking, prejudging, prejudging, and assume. What are the first three letters in assume? Ass. Make an ass of themselves because they think it's one thing. They're not educated, so they don't know, which is fine. But we got a great group of people in that group. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Poly Nation as well. So, folks, I want to get into our conversation. Happiness is an inside job. Happiness is an inside job. And let me tell you something. People who don't understand that, some of the main people who are quick to play victim of any circumstance, play the victim quick for any circumstance. Listen, don't put your expectations on other people to make you happy. It is not their job to make you happy. It's not my job to make my lady happy. It's not her job to make me happy. That is an inside job. When she met me, I was already happy. You understand what I'm saying, folks? And when I met her, she was already happy. So what we do, what I do or don't do, does not shake her happiness, and vice versa. This is why we are so close and why we are so tight and why we rock so good together, because we understand that. We understand the foundation to build any type of relationship, whether it's business or personal, right? Because we're going to walk in the door happy. We're going to walk in every situation happy. We go out places, right? And I see, and I can tell a lot of people aren't happy even when we're out. First of all, when people are out, right? You're welcome, Brother Mo Gentry. Always a pleasure. When we are out, we walk into a place, especially when we're suited and booted, we see the frown that women be giving my lady. They do that because they're not happy with themselves. They go to these events expecting the event or what's going on at the event to bring happiness to them. No, that's not their job. Let me say something, folks. Again, happiness is an inside job. So when you go to an event, you go to enjoy yourself, not to make yourself happy. I don't need any outside sources to make me happy. I don't need any outside sources to make me happy, because I know that's my job. A lady by the name of Maya Angelou, you guys know Maya Angelou. You know one thing she said? She said, if there's something in your life you don't like, then change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Everything we see, we decide whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, right? That's the nature of universal laws. Tony Robbins once said, look at a thing as it is, but not worse than it is. You address what is. You address it. You only can focus on what you can control. What you can't control, you have to let that be dealt with by who can control it. Okay, prime example, you have issues with your health. What can you control about your health? How you're eating, how you're treating your body, okay? The diagnosis aspect of it is not your job. That's whose job? That's your doctor's job. You see? You got to understand two things, folks. Your doctor might give you the diagnosis, but our God, our Creator, gave us the prognosis. So what is your focus? Your focus is on how you deal with your health. You focus on that part. Eating right. Not letting stuff stress you out. Because guess what? Things like cancer feeds off stress and sugar. You keep allowing yourself to get stressed. If you can't handle what things that make you stressed, then you have to eliminate them. You have to eliminate them. If things are making you stressed out, eliminate them. I don't care if it's your own grown ass children. Eliminate them. Let them figure it out. You got to let them figure it out. Listen, folks, spouses, life partners, relatives. Yes, relatives too. Anything that's attempting to shake your happiness, you need to terminate it. But you got to make that decision. Decision where? What is decision? Decide. What is the second syllable in the word decide? It is side. C-I-D-E. What does side mean? Side means that you have to kill something. You have to terminate something. You have to get rid of something. That's why you have pesticide, homicide, suicide, genocide. Decide. Decide what you're going to get rid of that is attempting to shake your happiness. And how do you maintain that happiness? What is therapeutic for you to bounce back to your happiness? Following your goals, dreams, and aspirations, living in your purpose. Stay in your calling. Answer the calling. That's therapeutic, folks. If barbering is what you're called to do, if barbering is your purpose, then go barber. Go cut more hair. Hairstylist, is that your purpose? Go do more hair. If speaking is your calling, go do more speaking. If you don't have speaking engagements, do your podcast. Speak anyway. This is what I'm doing. Speaking anyway. If swimming is therapy, if swimming is your calling, to teach and learn and swim good and let people be all at how good you swim, swim. Go to more swimming pools. Show more examples of how good you are as a swimmer. Whatever it is your calling, whatever your calling is, go back to doing it. Some people might say, man, how do y'all know my calling? How do I know what I'm supposed to do? Well, I tell you, revisit your childhood passion between the age 7 and 14. And that will show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing as an adult. Revisit your childhood passion, and you will find your calling. Because our calling has been given to us at childhood, folks, not as adults. You have a lot of people saying, man, I need to take some time to find myself. Bullshit. You might not find what you're looking for. You might not like what you find. So why take a moment to find yourself? It is yourself, and what you had going on is the reason why you had to take a break. Why would you take a break to find what put you in the situation you were in already? I say start where you are and create a better version of yourself. Create a new chapter. You don't create a new chapter by going back to find the rhetoric that you were in before. Let it go so you can grow. Life is meant to be challenging, people. Life is meant to be challenging, not difficult. We as individuals, we make life difficult. Don't do that. Accept challenges as they are. You accept challenges how? How do challenges come to you? How does adversity come to you? It comes to you through your goals. What do I mean by that? For every goal you create, obstacles are also created. Why? Because to reach that goal, it won't take you to reach that goal. You have to be a completely different person to reach that goal. That's why they're goals. I didn't say tasks. I said goals. You are not the person to reach that goal. So therefore, obstacles are also created to challenge you, to mold you into the person you need to be in order for you to reach that goal. If I'm making sense to you guys, talk to me. That's why you have goals. You have to be, Les Brown said once, in order for you to have the things in life you've never had, you have to become the person you've never been. That's how that works. And you can't make it difficult. How do you make things difficult? By playing the victim, by assuming things are not meant to be simply because you face the challenge. You're supposed to face the challenge. I don't care whether you got relationship goals, business goals, personal goals. I don't care what it is. There are going to be obstacles that's going to get in the way. And it's best that those obstacles find you building your momentum to achieve the goal rather than you sitting down with your pants down because you're procrastinating. Because when it catches you, it's going to come to you anyway. When it comes to you procrastinating, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get depressed about it. You're going to claim that all these bad things that happen. You're going to claim Murphy's Law. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, I guess so, because you're not pursuing your goals, dreams, and your aspirations. You are letting these things cause sadness among you when you're supposed to be implementing happiness in your own life. How do you start your day off in happiness? By thanking our Creator for allowing you to wake up without a chalk outlined around your body. You understand what I'm saying, folks? You woke up and you put a mirror in front of your face and it fogged up when you breathe. That's a reason for you to say thank you 3 times. I say it in my head every morning. Thank you 3 times for allowing me another day to get better. That's where your happiness starts. And that's exactly where your happiness should end. Because when you end your happiness, your day in happiness, you sleep better. You're not as tired as you when you wake up. You don't have these aching headaches when you wake up. You're happy. Can't nobody shake that. Because it's your job to be happy. It's not theirs. Whatever event or club, whatever you need to go to. I see a lot of women who get divorced or break up with their man or whatever. The first thing a lot of them like to do is go run to the club or run to their girlfriends, thinking that their girlfriends is going to make them happy. It's not their job to make them happy. Good to see my sister Vera Lee. What's up, big sis? Happiness, my friend, is an inside job. So do your damn job. I don't make this up. If you want life to be better for you, then you must become better. If you want more out of life, then you must become more valuable. You can't become more valuable living in funk, stinking thinking. You know why? Because stinking thinking will lead to a stinking attitude. A stinking attitude will lead to a stinking health. And a stinking health will ultimately lead to a stinking death. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Good to see my uncle in here. What's up, Uncle Roy Lee Pittman? I sent my uncle some cigars some weeks ago. Hope he's enjoying them cigars. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see you, Unc. And I got him a cutter, a V. I think it put a V cutter in there for him. That's a keychain V cutter for his cigars. And I didn't get you a lighter though. They wouldn't allow me to put a lighter in there to ship it. But I was able to get them cigars to you. Good to see you, Unc. So so yes, folks, it's an inside job. That's why if you look at the beginning, if you listen to the beginning of my video where I open up with a poem, if it's going to be, it's up to me. That's the first thing I said. If it's going to be, it's up to me. It ain't up to the reverend, right? It ain't up to the boss, the job. It ain't up to the church. It ain't up to any politicians. It ain't up to any of them. It's up to me. You have to take 100% responsibility for what goes on in your life. 100% responsibility for what goes on in your life. Unc said he loved the cigar. Thank you, Unc. I'm glad you enjoying them. Absolutely. So, folks, you have to take 100% responsibility for what goes on in your life. Just like you have to take 100% responsibility for your own happiness. When you are happy in your skin, you bring more happiness to other people. You bring more happiness to other people. That's the point I'm trying to make. When you are already happy, when you already have mastered your happiness, anybody else that come along don't have to work to do that because it's not their job to do it. You can better enjoy your company when you're happy in your skin. But if you dependent on other people to make you happy, what happens when that person go away? What happens when that person, you get into it with that person and they don't want to talk to you anymore? You right back in that same funk because you're depending on somebody else to make you happy. That's exactly what happens. See, you put yourself in that funk. It's your job to be happy. Inside job. Do your job. Do your job. Good to see my brother Anthony Wells. What's up, Big Tony? Good to see you, family. It is your job. I'm making it up. I want to share some information about a movie I've seen back in 2006 called The Secret. Have you guys seen that? I think the movie missed a lot of information, but it's still a good movie, right? It talks about the law of attraction. And let me share something with you. Let me use distraction as a metaphor. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in your life, if you allow things to distract you, the universe will keep giving you more distractions. You guys understand that, right? The universe will keep giving you more distractions. Now, if you are allowing some things to make you unhappy, the universe will keep giving you more things that is going to make you unhappy. You're just going to be a sad puppy. But when you learn how to make yourself happy, when you know that happiness is your responsibility, not anybody else's, not the politicians or nobody, but yours, the universe will see. Let me explain this. The universe operates on two things, folks: energy and frequency. Vibe comes from the word vibration. Vibration does not take place unless there's energy behind it. So if your vibe is bad, you're going to be living in a bad frequency. You understand what I'm saying, folks? So our vibe, our energy is determines what frequency we're going in, which tunnel we're going under. If happiness is what you choose, then be that. Be grateful. And that's another thing. People are ungrateful. When you are grateful, folks, be grateful. A gentleman by the name of Zig Ziglar, a long time ago, he said, when you are grateful for what you have, the universe will give you more things to be grateful for. When you are happy in your own skin, when you are happy with your life, more things will come to you to continue to make you happy. But when you have an attitude, what happens? When you have an attitude, you're going to keep getting things that's going to cause you to have an attitude, a bad attitude, a negative attitude. That's law. A lot of people don't understand these laws. There are 7 natural laws of the universe. I won't go into them right now because we're almost time for me to check out. But there are 7 natural laws. I want you guys to look them up. 7 natural laws of the universe. Whether you believe in these laws or not, they still apply to your life. That's how that's how much of a that's how much of a bogart our universe operates. I'm always happy, Jack. You're not gonna catch a dull moment. You might catch me frustrated because I'm so much of a perfectionist. I want shit to be right. Like my groups that I operate, I want them to be right. I want my business to be right. I'm a hard ass when it comes to business. Why? Because I want shit to be right. But that doesn't determine my happiness or sadness. It just determines that in order for me to maintain my happiness, I got to make sure that things are running the way I want them to run. You should be the same way. Stop allowing people to dictate your moods. Let me show you a quote that got me real connected to one of my greatest influencers named Les Brown. There's a quote that I put out back in 2011. It says, "You are the author of your life. If you allow other people's opinion of you, it says you are the author of your life. If you're affected by other people's opinion of you, then you have given them the copyrights to become your editor." Stop allowing people to be your editor. Be your own editor. You're the author, so edit it. Don't allow other people to edit your life. That's your job. If you ain't happy, fix it. Be the editor of your own author. Don't be a ghostwriter. Be an author. You are the author. So be the editor of what you're authoring, which is your own life. Create your own happiness. See, folks, let me say something to you. There are two things that we cannot avoid. We got many choices in the world, but there are two choices we cannot escape when we wake up in the morning. One, accept circumstances as they are, or two, do something to change them. Two choices every day. Those are two choices we can never, ever, ever get away from. Never. So you need to make a choice. The choice is ultimately yours, people. It's ultimately yours. I don't care about what you say, what people try to say about you. What people are going to talk about you till you're gone. As a matter of fact, people are going to talk about you after you're gone. You can't worry about that. Everybody's going to have an opinion of you. Fuck their opinions. What they think of you is none of your business. What your business is how you move and how you can create a better version of yourself. That is your focus, not about what people think. They're not about what people think. You're going to let them stop you from getting your bag. You're going to stop them from letting you reach your goals, capture your own dreams. Those are naysayers. You're going to allow them to steal your dream, to steal your joy. You can't even meet a new person that you can date or have a decent relationship with because you're too busy stuck on past relationships or past issues. That and would have nothing to do with the new person you're seeing. Now you about to lose this person because you don't know how to make yourself happy. You expecting them to do that for you. That's like hiring people to do your push-ups. That's just like if you know you need weight, you need to lose weight. You want to depend on somebody else to go to the gym and eat healthy so that you can lose weight. That's exactly what that's saying. Come on, people. Tighten up. Your happiness is 100% your responsibility. Want to say hello to Jackie Chris also. I see you in here, Jackie. Good to see you. Much appreciated. So do your job. If happiness is what you want, then be happy. Most of the issues that we have in life, people are self-inflicted. That goes from our health to our mental health. Self-inflicted. You see all this stuff on the news, you're looking at people posting on social media, Listen, folks, don't get caught up in these people playing victim. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get, I'm going to say that again. Don't get caught up looking at people playing victim, getting you to feel sorry for them. Work harder on yourself. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do in your relationships. Work harder on yourself than you do in your business, your worship, wherever. People always want to know, how can we make this relationship better? You make it better by working on yourself, not the other person. You work on you. Because at the end of the day, you are your biggest enemy, not somebody who's trying to tear you down. You are your biggest enemy. If they didn't try to do any bodily harm to you, man, let that shit go. Address what needs to be addressed and then keep it moving. Again, work harder on yourself than you do in your relationships. Because if you don't do that, folks, there is no relationship. And let me tell you something about relationship. I posted this quote this morning. Relationships are like bamboo trees. If you don't tend to it daily, it won't grow. How do you grow a bamboo tree? Look up how you grow bamboo. You gotta water a bamboo tree each and every day. You gotta tend to that bamboo tree each and every day. That's more than you do any average plant. Every single day. And guess what? You have to do it for 5 years. Folks, y'all ain't ready to hear that. You have to do it for 5 years. In that 5th year is when you really start to see that bamboo tree growing. You'll be watering it for 5 years and be like, damn, when is this thing going to grow? That 5th year, if you are consistently addressing and tending to that bamboo tree, in that 5th year, that bamboo tree grows. Guess what? The same thing, you have to apply that same amount of interest in your relationships, whether it's business or personal. You got to tend to it daily. Business relationships, not so much. It depends on how close, how much you're doing business together. But your personal relationships, if you're dating somebody, you have to tend to that relationship daily, folks. Even if it don't seem like it's going anywhere. If you tend to it daily, see, a lot of people give up. They quit. Oh, man, it ain't going nowhere. I've been doing this for a few weeks, couple of months, ain't going nowhere. And women, they do it too. They do it too. That means you weren't really interested in the relationship. You didn't want it bad enough. You weren't willing to go the extra mile to attain that relationship. Just like you weren't willing to go the extra mile to attain good business, to attain good business ethics, good work ethics. You weren't willing to go the extra mile. What is it about the extra mile that's so special? The extra mile never have traffic jams because most people never go the extra mile. You always have very, very few cars in the extra mile. You ain't willing to go there. That's because you don't work on yourself. You ain't happy with yourself. So therefore, you don't do what's necessary. You don't do what you love. You don't do the thing that you say that you're passionate about. You don't have a strong why for doing what you're doing. If your why don't make you cry, it's not a strong why. So with that being said, you think it's all about you. You know why I work on my happiness? So I can better serve other people and be healthy at the same time. That is why I am so struck and stuck on making sure that my happiness is not shook. Because without my happiness, I can't serve. Without my happiness, I can't do these podcasts. Without happiness, I can't help promote and help other people in my Facebook group, my poly group, help them have a good time. Give them a safe and fun space to operate in. If I'm not happy, I can't do that. I am a disservice to the masses if I'm not happy. You ought to be thinking the same way. And if that's the case, I'm damn sure going to be a disservice to my relationship, to my queen, if I'm unhappy. Hope that makes sense to you guys. I really hope this makes sense, man. Because, hey, your happiness is all you have. It's like wealth. It's all you have. A gentleman by the name of James Arthur Ray from the movie The Secret. You know what he said once? He said, wealth is not something that you have. Wealth is what you're left with after everything you have is gone. So take away everything you have, and your happiness should still remain. I hope this has been helpful to you guys. Thank you guys for chiming in. I really appreciate you. I want to ask for 4 favors real quick. First favor is to turn off the TVs. Read more. Pick some books up. Read more. Look at some documentaries. Learn. Okay? Spend more time learning than you are having a good time watching TV. Don't spend a lot of hours watching TV. Okay? Turn them off. Okay? Second favor I want to do, ask you about is like, share, and subscribe. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the video if you on Twitch or YouTube, subscribe to it. If it wasn't for you, guess what? That's okay. I ain't looking for everybody anyway, but share it anyway. Why am I asking you to share it? Because you know somebody. You got a lot of friends, you got relatives who probably need to hear this video. Share with them anyway. Just like food. Certain foods you don't eat, you pass it on to somebody that you know will eat it. Do the same thing with this video. Share, share, share. Third favor is, look at my on the bottom of the screen here, you see a lot of those. You see a lot of my connections with Twitter. Twitter is the only one that's different, where it says J Hunter Lee 1. My original J Hunter Lee on Twitter has been hacked about a year ago. I had to start over. Okay. So I got to build my following up on Twitter all over again. But listen, follow me on those platforms as well. LinkedIn, J Hunter Lee. I'm on TikTok now, J Hunter Lee. What's that? IG, J Hunter Lee. Facebook, of course, J Hunter Lee. LinkedIn, J Hunter Lee. And Snapchat, J Hunter Lee. I'm on all of those. Okay. So with that, I want you guys to take a look at that, and also look at, you see where it says Cash App, $ J Hunter Lee. What is that for? That is nothing no more than to help donation to the podcast with $20 or less. Not more than 20 or less. It could be $1, $5, I don't care, but not more than $20. Why am I asking that? Because one day I might need a new camera, I need new lighting, new laptop, right? So who knows? This banner behind me, this backdrop behind me, it was $300. 80 of it came from y'all donation. I really appreciate that. Okay. But that's all about the podcast. That's all the donation is for. If you send me more than 20, if you send me like 30, 40, and $50, I will reject it because I did not ask for that much. Is that fair? So just ask for a small donation. You don't have to. I'm not. I'm okay. I don't need your money. I'm okay with money. I'm just asking that you do a donation towards the podcast, and nothing to do with me. All right. And my last favor is the biggest of all, folks. And guess what that is? That is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm J Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. And another thing, like Chuck Brown, I have no complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. Peace and blessings, folks. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.